Hey guys, I just wanted to talk briefly about one of the things that I've seen as a dog trainer that really affects people and their ability to train with their dog and in the relationship that they're able to have with the dog. And it's simply the idea that we get a dog and we shelter them to the degree where they're not able to interact with the outer world. 99% of these cases, we do this and we're well intentioned in what we're doing. We're trying to prevent the puppy or the dog from having any problems, which could lead to what we feel could be further issues as we go along. And in order for us to do that, of course, we would want to shelter them like we would do a child. And I don't think in either case, a child or a dog, that we're actually helping. Probably we're probably creating the conditions for a disservice for ourselves and the dog. So going forward for you, if you're a new dog owner, certainly, or if you're an old dog owner, sheltering a dog is one of the first ways to create dysfunction between us and our dog. And the reason for it is this: it's simple. The dog is unable to relate to the human world. He's unable to navigate the human world or the human landscape, but simply because he's suffering from what one of my original mentors called information deprivation. He simply doesn't have the information to know how to react, what to do, so on and so forth whenever we take them into the outer world. And this will persist throughout the dog's life if we do not immerse them in the human world and allow them to fail, allow them to have some negative experiences, and so on and so forth. We can say that if we don't condition our puppy or our dog for the greater world out there, that we can go ahead and just assume that they'll fail. Because again, so many times this is put up to poor temperament or poor training, or a crazy dog or whatever it may be. But in reality, what it is a dog who was never given opportunity to learn how to cope with the human landscape and how to react when he's in it. And I hope this makes sense, but if we do not ever allow our dog or our puppy to experience pressure from the outer world, they'll never learn to cope with that pressure, given any kind of circumstance where that pressure may occur. They will fold up and fail, as will a human, if we're not conditioned for it, we're not ready for it, we don't know how to react or what to do. It's no different for the dog. So the best thing we can do for our dog is to have our dog with us a lot, let the dog experience the human landscape, let him experience the human experience, and familiarize himself with it and what is expected of him while he's in it. And when we do that, we have a dog that's informed, a dog that knows what's going on, a dog that can anticipate what's next, and he's a joy to be with. If we have a dog vice versa who's never experienced the world, quickly becomes a nightmare. We don't want to deal with it, and eventually what happens is we just don't take the dog anymore because it's too big of a pain in the butt. That to me is a complete failure, and it goes against the reason why we get the dog to begin with, for companionship, friendship, so on and so forth. So an easy way to rim wreck the dog and make the dog where he's difficult later on in life is to shelter him. Don't do it. It's a mistake. I've seen it for years, and I recommend against it always, because there's never a good outcome when we shelter a dog and we prevent the dog from having negative experiences. I hope this helps. I hope this applies to a dog that you have now, and I hope that it leads to your understanding what causes some of the issues that we have with our dog in relation to the greater world. I'm not referencing socializing the dog. What I'm referencing is having a dog that understands how to interact in the human world. That's different than taking our dog and socializing the dog with other dogs and dog owners, etc. Just living life is living life in the real world, and it's different than being around the house. The dog doesn't know what to do if you don't take him out. So I'm often asked, what's the best way to build the best relationship with your dog? And in my opinion and in my experience, the finest way to build the best relationship with the dog is to have him with you all the time. Go through the pains and the aggravation of having the dog with you, and allowing him to learn how to react and how to act in the human landscape. That is, in my experience and in my opinion, the very best way to build the best relationship with the dog. Simply take them with you everywhere you go. It works out great for the dog, and it works out great for the human. In the Deep South, be careful when you take them everywhere you go, because the heat can get them, and so we have to make arrangements for that. Until next time, don't shelter the dog, man. Let the dog experience the world. Let him fail. You'll wind up way better off by doing that. Thanks for checking it out. I'll see you again soon.